Only a few days left to Slammiversary. Did we get enough material to work with? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest here. Because TNA does 2-hour tapings, we always feel like we're missing something. And that's always going to be true as long as they only have 2 hours to work with. I really wish that sometimes they would do an overrun. They would tell Pop, look, we need to do an overrun of about 10 minutes. That would really change it up. I hope one day they will, but I don't feel like they will. But did we get enough material? Yes, we did, but it did feel very smudged together. Let's get to Eli Drake and then the 10-man tag. I want to get rid of that first. Eli Drake. Eli Drake. Yes, baby, they did it. They did what I hoped they would do. They didn't just drop him. They tried to emphasize how important he was. And then they went to like a ridge or something in some park. And they let him hold up his title. They let him speak at the ridge instead of speaking in in a studio or in an arena. They had it on site, and I felt that was the wisest thing to do. They've taken a good page out of Lucha Underground and making it more theatrical, or at least make it more outward. Because the WWE, even though it's live the majority of the time, they just don't do things outside anymore. They used to do that. Look what happened with Stone Cold Steve Austin when he wanted to keep his freaking title. When he was told he's got to be stripped of it, he threw that shit in the lake of some, I don't remember where, but he threw it into like a river or a lake. I think a river. Some river, I don't remember. I'm just blanking. But that was exciting. WWE's gone way away from that. So seeing this was actually very, very good. Seeing him do the facts of life, and he didn't use the buzzer yeah, dummy, yeah, not until middle of his segment. But he sounded really well. Having the title in a briefcase was actually very, very new for me. I haven't seen that in a very long time, that someone would put their title into a briefcase. It is better to wear it if you're going to show relevance, but because it's been played out so much, seeing this change up is actually really well done. And then you got Decay coming out, where I say this, and I'll always say this: Rosemary makes Decay. Without Rosemary, there is no Decay. Even though it is nice to hear Crazy Steve talk, and I remember what Fool Killer 99 said. He liked him when he didn't talk at all. Well, I'm in the same boat, at least for the first year. But he's been there at least 2 near 3 years. He hasn't spoken at all. And it was time for him to talk. That's just my perspective. So I am glad to see that he is talking. It isn't all the time he's talking. It's still Rosemary talking for both of them. In this segment, it was a short little thing for both of them. And that's the Abyss and Steve. I'm alright with it. I didn't like seeing the bromance come out, even though seeing their new woman there is But then I realized when they came out, it's going to be a smoz. And I was right. Guido and Shira came out together as they look terrible. And then the Tribunal comes out with Al Snow now using a whistle. I would have liked to see Al Snow with the Tribunal in their first official match. Not like this. Because it's so close to Slammiversary, it just feels like they're being shortchanged. That's just me. Then we got the 10-man match. No one fully got over except for Eli Drake. And that was at the end when he nailed Grado. And I'm alright with that. Now, I know I could have said something about Bram. There's no reason to talk about Bram because Bram wasn't the emphasis here. Even though he was in that match, Eli and Bram had their moments. I just felt like there was just so much going on. This could have been alright a couple of weeks ago. But at the very last days before Slammiversary, it wasn't bad. The crowd did like it. But still, you know, the gorgeous girl with the frizzy, puffy hair, the black lovely lady, was there again. And she's become a staple of TNA. I really do believe that cameraman likes that woman. Because I like her. She's damn gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And the white lady next to her was pretty too. Especially once she put the makeup on. And looked like Decay. And I believe it was the Abyss that touched her on the face saying, I love you. enjoyed it. For that part, I take it for what it was. Jade had her moment sitting at ringside. I wish they would do this at WWE, where these guys would come to ringside. They don't talk. This is where I believe the WWE has gone off the boat so much. You always have someone at ringside, always talking. Yeah, they come out dressed most of the time, or they come out in ring attire. But it would be better if they just came to the ring maybe once or twice a month. No, actually, once every couple of months would be better for the WWE, because they do this every single time. Particularly now that SmackDown's going to go live along with Raw, they're going to do this every time. And I believe it's a waste. It is. But having Jade at ringside was nice. She looked sexy as hell. You get to see how voluptuous Jade is. I know she's not a really well-built woman, but she's not wearing a very tight top, so her breasts were able to show their real form, and she has nice breasts. I'm just saying. And it was Madison Rayne versus Sienna. We knew that Madison Rayne was going to lose, and we knew that Jade was going to get a little bit up. Alright with that. I'm fine with it. It needed to happen, and it did. No more than that. Not a lot much left. The Mike Bennett, the Bennett family versus TNA, which is Gail Kim and EC3. Did I enjoy the match? To a certain extent, yes, because Maria was not involved in it, because it was Ashley. The lovely Cherry Bomb was given a moment, and that was a funny moment, smacking the hell out of the pecs of EC3. I enjoyed that. I'll enjoy her more when she's actually able to show her ability to really wrestle. We know she can wrestle. This is her persona here. And I'm alright with how the match ended, because EC3 and Mike Bennett didn't settle anything. They just kept fighting one another. It was Gail Kim getting her ass handed to her after the match was over, and then getting her knee hurt by Sienna. I'm alright with that. We really need to let Gail Kim be understood. She's going out. New women are supposed to come in. And I know I said this before, and I'll say it again. I still don't like Maria as the Knockouts. Basically, she's the owner of the Knockouts. But it's understandable why she's in that position, because I do agree with Fool Killer. Since she's been there, we got more women being seen. We got more women getting over. Jade is currently the champ, so she got her moment. If this was still the way it was before, Jade would have already dropped the title to Gail Kim or Madison Rayne. And I'm glad that hasn't happened, and I'll go for it for what it was. Now, let's get this done. X Division. Eddie Edwards against Triple Lee was a disaster. I know people are going to say, well, the match was great. Yeah, it was. And then you got Emmerich coming out to give him a hand, and then you got, what is it? DJG, I don't know why I mispronounced Ion. Because I hated the match. You know why? Because there was no build. There was nothing going on. Impact for Explosion, please Impact, TNA. I don't believe that Explosion's on anymore. I could be wrong. Someone tell me below. I've asked before, no one told me, so I'm taking a guess it's probably off the air. But TNA could bring back Explosion and then throw the X Division on it. Come on. Come on. You could do something with the X Division. This was a pity match. Trevor Lee gave up the title. What does it give us? Nothing. Nothing. So let's get to the end of the show with Drew and Matt Hardy doing their match. Opening was with Matt. He did alright. Drew came in. He did much better. Throughout the night, we saw signs of Willow. I knew that it was Willow time. And this is what we got. At the very end of that match, Lashley, who had his moments with both Matt and Drew, didn't want to take a chance of losing his title chance at Slammiversary. He kicks Drew's ass. They run up the mat. Well, not up the mat. Is up the ramp. I think the reason I'm botching is because The way this was done was not bad. But I just felt like it was all smudged together. The 10-man tag really messed it up for me personally, because since TNA is so confined to 2 hours, it's 10 pounds into a 2-pound bag. And I'm still interested in Slammiversary. I believe that the Matt and Jeff match and Full Metal Mayhem is going to be alright. EC3 Mike Bennett's match is going to be good. It's going to be Drew versus Lashley, and a knockout or tap out match is going to be good. I don't know about Gail Kim, and I don't know about Maria. I'm really not too interested in it. DK versus Bromance. I don't want to see DK go up against Bromance. I want him to go up against a real team, but there is none. And then you have Eli Drake against Bram. I am interested in seeing that, but there is not much build for Bram, but we got more than enough build for Eli Drake, showing that he's important. So this show, even though it was really a cluster, was still effective enough to make us interested. So I will be watching Slammiversary, and I will do a review. So I hope you enjoyed the Zane review. Please give me a comment below doing an NXT TakeOver The End review. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to watch it tonight, and I will be doing it. I hope you'll want to watch it, because I'm interested in possibly doing NXT reviews along with SmackDown reviews and Raw reviews and TNA reviews. I don't know if I can do them all within the same few days. It's going to be spread out within the week, so I hope if I do them, you'll want to watch them. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!